All right, guys, welcome to this episode of Creators Lunch Table.
We're here. We're at the table.
We are at the table, easy on the table.
Sorry. Hopefully I didn't pick it up.
So, if you're new to the Creators Lunch Table, this is the first time that we are actually calling it Creators Lunch Table. Yep. And the reason why is because, do you remember years ago being at the lunch table? I don't know how long you've been out of high school or not. I've been over 30 years. Remember that lunch table? You kind of always gathered with the people that you had the similar interests, right? That's what we're doing here today. So we thought it'd be fun to call this our little Creators Lunch Table. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to answer a question. We're going to invite someone to the Creators Lunch Table, and we're going to listen to what they have as a question, one of our subscribers, and we're going to answer that. If you want to leave your own voicemail and you want to join the lunch table, how can they do that, Scotty?
Just go to speakpipe.com/live video school. It's also in the description. So if you just go down the description, you will see that. Click on the link. Send us a little voice memo. I think you get about 90 seconds. So, you got to get right to that point to ask us those questions, and then we'll get right into it. And hopefully, we'll be able to answer your question on one of these episodes.
Make sure that you also include your channel name, because we'll give you a little shout out.
Yeah, a little love.
Maybe you'll get a little bit of traffic from the channel here. And today's question comes in from Jesse. So let's go ahead and set the phone down and let's hit play. Here we go.
Hey, Scott and Scotty. I love the content and value that you provide to aspiring successful YouTubers. So thank you. And I would love some advice from you guys. So I just became a mom a few months ago. I'm on maternity leave. But in about 9 months, I will have to start getting serious about finding a job if my YouTube channel does not become financially successful. So I would love to hear some advice from you guys on what I could do in order to ideally succeed on my YouTube channel within the next 9 months, or at least have enough momentum that I know that I don't need to find a job, if that makes sense. So I'll give you some of my data. I have 8.04K subscribers, but I only have 1,400 watch hours. This is because I accidentally built my channel on shorts, but I've moved to long form content now. And I hope to attract that kind of audience. So I would love to hear any ideas, advice, and anything else that you'd like to share to help me ideally have a successful channel within the next 9 months. Bye, and thank you.
All right, Jesse, that was awesome. And congratulations. We got another guy here who's going to be having a baby here pretty soon. So,
about 5 months.
Yeah, about 5 months from the time of this recording. So awesome. Congratulations. And I will say this, number one, and I know you're going to probably want to talk a little bit about the shorts thing.
Yeah.
Right. So let's maybe start there. And you've already kind of said you feel like you got some momentum, but it might not have been
the right audience.
So let's speak to that.
What I'll say with that is, here you're gonna have to decide right now as either staying on that channel or getting a new channel. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if you're gonna stop shorts, which I highly think you should do, is just stop and only post long form content, it's gonna take at least a month, no matter how consistent you are. At least a month, could take 2, could take 3, before you get kind of out of the bad algorithm of YouTube with just short form content viewers. So that's the only negative with staying on that account. I'm not saying you have to go start a new account, but it's going to take a lot of just feeding long form content of the niche that you're in or whatever, and feeding that for, a month, 2 months, but you can't be doing only, one video a week, because at that point it's not enough data for YouTube. And then it's just going to take the process a little bit longer. I think you got to do at least 2 videos a week, feeding long form only, get rid of shorts. Because on our channel, this channel originally, we started with shorts.
Right.
We had in long form, but we did shorts while we were doing it, and it stunted our growth for the first probably month and a half. And then we stopped because I was doing every day a short. Yeah, day 15 we stopped, and it took maybe another 2-3 weeks before we started getting any push, and then we started getting the push. So for us, it worked like that. I had another channel I was helping someone with. That channel, we started with shorts, and the shorts, when we posted long form, same thing, 20 views. But shorts were doing great, thousands of views. This and that, it's great. Got subscribers, all of that. Then when we did long form, it was nothing. It took about 3 months on that channel to get any sort of video to get to 1,000 views. And so that's what we noticed. But now we don't do any shorts on that. It's all long form. And I mean, they're getting 1,000, 10,000, 15,000 views on that channel, just taking rid of shorts and only going long form. So for you, it's how far invested are you in that channel, as far as, do you think you should start new or not? I don't think it's going to hurt you either way. It's just going to be, you might have a better chance on a newer channel starting from scratch with long form. You don't have to kind of, buffer all the other stuff out. But the other thing is, you already have the subscriber base there, right? Yeah. And so that's where I'm like,
if it's the same topic.
And if it's the same topic, then I would say, okay, just feed the algorithm as much as you can with long form content, as long as you can, and then try to learn that way. I do that first. And then after maybe 2 months, you maybe reevaluate and see where you're at. But I'd feed it for at least 2 months before you make any decision.
And I would say, as far as, like you said, like 2 or 3 months, also depends on how much you're posting. Right?
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm going to be able to post like 3 to 4 videos a week, that could speed up that process, because now we're giving the algorithm more data, and we're saying like, hey, we're over here. And then you might get something that kicks out of the box. If it does kick out, then you might be on your way. So I would say it is going to depend. If you're doing 1 video a week, that's only 1 video a week. So that's 4 videos a month. It's going to take you longer probably in order to actually make that shift.
Yeah. And I think too, you got to look into, after like maybe a few weeks, when you have a video, so like, let's just say you've been consistent for 2 weeks, you've posted at least 4 videos, that next week, I want you to start looking at the impressions you're getting on there, because the impressions are going to show you now if YouTube really is pushing it. If you're not getting still 1,000+ impressions on a video on long form, then you're not getting pushed yet. YouTube doesn't know your content well enough. And that was our channel. For the first probably month and a half, 2 months, we were at, the most we were getting was like 500 impressions. You can't really go off of that. You need to get at least 1,000 to read any of the analytics for it to make sense. So that's why feeding the content as much as you can, long form, get rid of shorts. I just actually did an audit yesterday where I told someone, stop doing shorts. Stop. Long form. And they're a new channel. But I think, ultimately, stay where you're at. Keep your subscribers you got for the watch time. Long form is going to help with that. 8 minutes plus.
I was just going to say, so the duration on that for a long form, because people think, oh, long form, I got to go for like 30 minutes. No, we just like 8 minutes or more for a couple different reasons. One, it's a longer piece, so that way your watch hours will increase, because if someone watches 25%, which is average, you're getting 3 to 4 minutes, versus if you have a short, that's 60 seconds. Well, now you can go up to 3 minutes on a short, but really, I don't even know how well the 3-minute shorts are going to work.
But you don't even get watch time for that.
You don't get watch time for that. No. You're right.
That's off of views. You need like 3 million views or 10 million views.
And understand that too. I actually read this, that if you put a video up that's 3 minutes or less, it automatically goes to the short shelf. If you don't want it to go to the short shelf, I believe, I forget now what you have to do. I think it has to be in a landscape. Has to be, which it should be anyway.
Yeah.
And I thought there was one other thing. I don't think there was a setting, but it was like almost like you wanted to be pulled off the shelf. So I just think, to make sure you don't fall into the short shelf, be above 3 minutes. But I would say preferably 8 minutes plus, 8 to 12 minutes, I think would be that sweet spot. And then also, when you do get monetized, you're going to have another mid-roll ad in there, which will make you more money. Let's get into what you can do. So 9 months, right? You're 9 months. You've got that little bit of a runway. Okay, here's the first thing I'd be asking. If you're here at the lunch table right now, which you are right now, you're here, right here. I'd be saying, like, well, how much money do you have to make? Like, we got to start with, like, what's the target? Right? If you got to make $10,000, a month, well, that's gonna be hard.
That's gonna be real
right.
Tough.
And if all you're doing is trying to follow the same route that a lot of people are, is like just get to monetization and turn on ad money, probably not going to happen. It's not dependable. That's where I would say, okay, are you going to be coaching? Are you going to be teaching? Are you going to be educating? Are you going to be able to maybe be an affiliate for someone else's product? But yet, so who are you serving? So it comes down to also what the market is already paying. So figuring that stuff out. So I'd sit down and I'd ask yourself this question: who are you helping? And what problem are you helping them solve? And if that can be answered, that's who all of your content is going to be around and going to be for. And then I'd want to start analyzing and start seeing like, okay, other people in the space, how are they monetizing? Right? So if we were sitting here, I'd be like, how are you going to get paid? And you're like, well, I'm just going to do it from ad money, and I'm going to do it from affiliate stuff. And maybe if I get a big enough audience in that amount of time, I'll do sponsorships. Okay, great. Do I think that that can happen in 9 months? Not really. To be completely honest, like, we're not going to sugarcoat anything here, right? Because if you were at the lunch table, that's what we'd be talking about.
But I would
no BS at the lunch table.
I would say right now, for you, I would find what is the things that you can have as an affiliate product or whatever that you're already talking about that's in your video, right? Even right now, if your videos are only getting 100 views, I would still have that in the description, and I would mention that in your videos. Like, if we're talking about, you know, podcast setups, like, I'm going to mention this mic right here and say, oh, and actually, if you guys want this mic, I do have it in the description. There's a affiliate link for me. You'll buy me a cup of coffee, whatever.
We got to calm him down.
You remember at the lunch tables,
I know, but we can't do that here. We got mics, we got vibration.
But anyway, I would
put a pad down.
I would check that, but I would have that like now, because I mean, one of the channels that I was running when I was in college, before I was even monetized, which it took me 8 months to get monetized, I was making probably 300 to 500 a month, which isn't a lot, but I was making that not really knowing what I was doing. And all I was saying is, hey, if you want this, I have the link in the description or whatever.
And he would say it just like
that. I didn't have no media training on that.
Hey, if you want this thing, go in the description down below. You can have it.
Yeah. And then I went on from that, but then I also went on to, oh, people are really buying this and they're selling it. Maybe I should look into doing it as my own like private label a little bit. And so I did that, and then I was able to generate, 23 grand that year doing that, right? So like, it is possible to move up with that without being monetized and not even worrying about ad money. Overall, what I'm saying is that you should try to still be making some money like on the side with affiliate stuff, like before you're even getting any push from YouTube, because right now you're going to be filling that algorithm out, and then like you could be making, even if it's just a little bit right now, but start something. So then once you have a video take, you already have that in place, and now you're going to have like all that extra money coming in.
Yeah, I would also say too, and again, this is why it would have been nice to have you sitting here at the table. I get it, right? We got the voicemail. But if you are going into the educational space where you're going to be teaching something, I don't care if it's like, growing tomatoes or gardening or how to be a better golfer, whatever, right? If that's the case, then there's an opportunity for you to probably talk about someone else's product. So you could actually buy the product, or you might already own the product, or you could just even reach out to the person and say, hey, can I review your product? And then what you can do is you can talk about it, discuss it. You can also do other videos about different angles to it. So all of those different things. But I think it does come down to like, what is the problem you're going to be helping people solve? And from there, getting very, very, I guess, direct with your content that's going to attract those people. And then like Scotty said, you could place links in your description about the product or products or tools or any of that stuff. But if you're just going to be trying to get enough views to get to monetization and that's going to be your income, I wouldn't do it unless you're like, yeah, I got to make about $1,000 a month. Well, if you get up to a certain point where you're making $5,000 a month, it might dip down to $1,000 a month, then you're going to be okay. But I would say 9 months is not a lot of time to build a sustainable business in 9 months.
As full-time.
Full-time. Yeah. I think that would be hard. So hopefully that answered your question. And if anyone else has a question that they want answered right here at the lunch table, the creator's lunch table, all you need to do is go in the description, or you can go to speakpipe.com/live video school. And as always, guys, remember, we're here for you.
We believe in you.
We're rooting for you.
But you have to.
You must say it with me, say it loud, say it proud. Take action.